everyone, Max here. So today I'm going to be talking about my gastric bypass surgery journey. So as a small child, I was always heavy set. Before the age of about 5, I was actually pretty normal weight. When I was younger, I had a lot of behavioral issues and my parents decided to medicate me to help with the behavioral issues. And that's when I started my weight gain. If I can find some pictures, I'll insert them, but basically I was a pretty average sized kid and then moved to like 6, 7. You can see in some pictures that, I started gaining some weight, getting, into that chubby area of a kid. And it just kept going and going and going until I was 15 or 16 and my doctor says, you're 260 or 90 pounds and you're 16 years old. Your BMI is crazy high and we need to fix this. So she basically told me that I need to lose weight, a lot of weight, and that I would have to go to the gym, I would have to go to a special workout program, and I would have to get with a nutritionist and get on a very set nutrition plan. So when that happened, I was very determined. So I listened to everything they said, I did what I was supposed to, and I didn't see many results. When my doctor told me, like, you're really overweight, you need to lose weight, for me, I was like, oh, I have to. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do. So when I was going to the nutritionist and the doctor for weight loss, they kind of were just telling me, you're losing weight okay, like, are you doing what you're supposed to? And I said yes, and so I just started feeling pressured. So I started eating less and I started working out more, and within the year or year and a half, I lost 70 pounds. So I went from around 290 to around 220, and I was very happy. I just felt really good, and this was when I started to find myself as a person. Cut to college, basically. I was 220, 215, 210 until college. College hit, I gained maybe 10, 15 pounds just because they had really fatty food there. Then I was around that weight for a little bit until 2014 when I went to Brazil, and I was 230. I don't remember actually if I was losing weight or if I was just wanting to, or if it was just happening, just because in Brazil where I was living, you walk a lot, you ride the bus a lot, so you have to walk to the bus stop, you walk to the grocery store, you walk to go get lunch. So here in the US, you take your car everywhere for the most part, like where I live. So there's not a lot of physical activity day to day unless it's in your job. I started losing a little bit of weight and I was like, oh cool. And then I just started shedding weight. Like, I thought it was just because it was hot out and I was sweating and walking around a lot, but I went from like 230 pounds to 185 pounds in 4 to 6 months. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't care at the point. Like, I didn't think there was anything wrong with me. I just thought my body wants to lose weight. I'm eating a lot less than I would in the US. And before coming back to the States, I went on a trip to the Amazon. I went with a bunch of college students. And I noticed then that I had gained like 5 pounds in a week just being there. And I was like, that's weird, but it's probably because I was eating so much food, because there was like 3 full meals a day. So, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Come back to the US and I just start blowing up. Like, I went from 200 pounds to 210 in a month, and then 220, and then 240. Like, I was just gaining so much weight so fast. Like, I didn't really notice it at first, because, me, I've been 300 pounds, I've been 185 pounds, I've been literally like double my weight and half my weight. So when I gain weight or lose weight, sometimes I don't notice, just because I've been in all those stages. When I was gaining at first, I didn't really notice until I went in for my first checkup and they were like, what's going on? Like, why are you gaining so much weight? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I think it's just because I'm eating American food and it has more fat and calories. So she let it go. She said to come back and check up on it, and I had gained more weight. So she did all my vitals, my blood work, all that. and she said, you have hypothyroidism, which basically means my body isn't producing enough hormones for my metabolism to work fast enough, so everything I was eating wasn't being metabolized quick enough and it was just getting stored into my body. So I tried to work out, I tried to get with a trainer, that didn't help. I tried to go on strict diets, but my body would be like, you need to eat. I just always had a very large stomach and a big mouth to eat it all. So I tried so hard this time to lose the weight and it just wasn't happening. When I was 17, I did this and it worked. This time it wasn't working, and that was because of the thyroid issue. So I went on medication for it and it did not help. I lost maybe 5 or 10 pounds in like months and months of working out. So after that, my doctor asked if I would ever do weight loss surgery. She said, you know, at this point, you've been working on this for a while now and you're not seeing results. And due to this, my professional advice would be to talk to a surgeon about it. And for me, I was like, what? Like, I don't want to do that. I've never thought about that. I didn't like it. I thought he was telling me I was too young. I thought he was telling me I wasn't ready, that I was, you know, immature. Not like me personally, but my age, like couldn't handle it. And they told me to call him back and set up like appointments to start coming in and doing the nutrition stuff. And I said, okay. And I didn't talk to them for almost a year. In that year, I said, okay, I'm really gonna try. And I still didn't lose weight. So I called them up maybe like 6 months, a year later, and said I need to come back. So in that time, I had gained, I believe, like 35 pounds or something. And they're like, what's going on? That was kind of also a sign for them that I needed their help and I would probably need surgery. I went in to see the nutritionist and I love the nutritionist there. She's super nice. I went on her nutrition goals and her meals and everything she suggested. I was working out. And I was losing maybe like a pound a month and then gaining 3 and then losing 2 and then gaining 4. Like it just wasn't working. And so they do that to show you like, this is why you need the surgery kind of a thing. Like if I were to go in there and I was just shedding like 15, 20 pounds in, you know, no time, they would have been like, you don't need this. You just needed, you know, nutrition and exercise regimen. After that, after I finished my like 9 months of nutrition work, I started talking about surgery dates, and they said I had to go see a psychiatrist who would mentally clear me, and then I had to go back to my primary care physician and ask her to do like a whole test on me to make sure I was physically okay. And I had to go get a sleep apnea test done, which sleep apnea is basically where you stop breathing in the middle of the night, or when you snore excessively, stuff like that, where you might need a machine to help you sleep safely. With the psych eval, I went to this one woman and she basically didn't talk to me. She spoke to me for maybe 15 minutes and said, okay, I'm gonna put you on this computer for like an hour and a half or 2 hours. I was like, okay. So I do the test and I asked her a few questions. She said, okay, like I'll get the results back to you. And she failed me. She said I wasn't ready for it. She said my past ADHD experience would not work with remembering to take my medication and get on a meal plan. And so I was like, how does she think I'm not going to be able to remember to take my medication when I've been taking medication forever? Even vitamins I was taking when I wasn't taking like behavioral medication anymore. By the way, I forgot to mention that I'm on no antidepressants or anything. I just take my medication for my surgery and for my health now. The psychiatrist, the first psychiatrist, she wanted me to do 3 months of therapy and come back and reevaluate with her. And I'm like, how does that work? Or she said that I'd have to start taking ADHD medication. And I was like, I'm not doing that. She said, okay, you can do 3 months of therapy and get back to me. And I was like, no. So she said, you can either do the 3 months of therapy, the coordinator, 3 months of therapy, go on the pills, or you can find another psychiatrist. So I said, I'm gonna do that. So originally I went through my insurance company to pay for the evaluation. This time I did not, but I went in and he actually had had the surgery before. So looking at me, he talking with me for like an hour, like one-on-one, no testing. He said, I think you're ready for this. You seem like you're in a good place. and you're ready. So he emailed me saying he passed me and sent it to the hospital and they cleared me. So I was all good to go. So now all I needed to do was continue to try to lose weight and set up my surgery date. So I set up my surgery date, and it's basically everything leading up to my surgery. I'm gonna make like parts of this and then make separate videos like before, during, after kind of stuff. I basically just wanna say that the reason why I'm making this video is because people ask me on a day-to-day basis, how did you lose so much weight? You're doing such a good job. And for me, I always just wanna say diet and exercise, because for me, that's basically what I'm doing. The only thing with this surgery that's a big disclaimer is it is a tool, it's not a miracle. So if you get this surgery and you continue to eat like you were, you will gain the weight still, you will not lose weight. But if you take this opportunity to use this surgery as a helping aid, it works so well. So yes, please leave a like, share, comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Bye.